Charlie Baker, who has just given a rather stirring speech here at the Harley House Inn Lunenburg. Charlie, a very well-received speech in a very crowded location. There was a lot of people here.
Yeah, well, I'm always happy to come out here. There's always a big, enthusiastic crowd when we come here, and I do think some of that is a lot of affection for Mary Padula, who is, I think, affiliated with the Harley House about as close as you can be. And I think there's a lot of affection, frankly, and support for Karen Polito, who is from Central Mass and has a big footprint out here. But I also think a lot of it is there's a lot of people who want to see Massachusetts move in a different direction, hungry for change on Beacon Hill, hungry to have sort of a check and a balance up there, and I think our message is resonating.
During your speech, you talked about how we can do better and we deserve better. One of the things I run into, I have two sons, one who's just graduated college, one who's about to, and I find myself giving them the advice to leave the state. What are you going to do as governor to make me be able to change that advice without lying?
Well, I think one of the things we have to do is get our economy moving again. I mean, when I worked in the Weldon-Salucci administration, we added almost 500,000 jobs over the course of that 10-year period. Massachusetts hasn't added any new jobs in 14 years. We basically had the same number of people working here we had working here in 2000. We have got to get serious about competing with other states and even other countries for jobs and economic activity. And that means leveraging all the really smart people we have, but dealing with our cost of doing business, our cost of living, our cost of healthcare, our cost of regulation, our cost of permitting, and being serious about dealing with those issues and creating a climate here where if somebody's going to grow a business or expand it, they decide they want to grow and expand it here instead of going someplace else.
Now, obviously, this is your second run for the governor's seat. What have you learned from the last election that will help you win this one, in your opinion?
Well, you got to get more votes than the other person to win. That's one of the things I've learned. I would say the biggest thing I learned is that you're having a conversation with 2 million people, and when you're talking to 2 million people, you got to limit the things you talk about. So I've really spent most of this race talking about what I believe we need to do to create jobs and grow our economy, what I think we need to do to improve our schools and support our cities and towns, and what we need to do to build great communities. And if you're a voter out there and you're interested in a stronger economy and you believe that our schools can be better and you want to see every community be a great community, you should be looking to sign up with us, because that's what we're going to talk about, and that's what we believe this race is about.
Okay, finally, I noticed in your speech you made a point of saying how we need to bring more Republicans and make this a two-party state.
Yep.
As a person who's conservative, I was very encouraged by that. Will you be promoting that both during the campaign and as governor to bring more members of the GOP to the Statehouse to help you make the changes necessary?
Well, I grew up in what I call a mixed household. My mom's a Democrat, my dad's a Republican. I watched them debate the issues of the day the whole time I was a kid. And I thought that was a really healthy, good thing. And when I worked for Bill Weld and Paul Salucci, I saw what kind of government you can get when you have Republicans and Democrats working together. You know, two parties, best ideas, holding each other mutually accountable. That's how you get workers' comp reform. That's how you get education reform. That's how you get tax cuts and a growing economy. And I think most voters in Massachusetts get that.
All right, Charlie Baker, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.